So good morning all of you. So in the course of computer network technology, first we discuss what is mean by computer network. So in this course, computer network technology, so there are total 6 units are present. So the computer network is a set of devices connected through the links. The links connecting the nodes are known as the communication channels. Computer network uses the distributed processing in which the task is divided among the several computers. So the instead of the single computer handles an entire task, each separate the computers handles a subset. So the computer network is a group of computers connected with each other through the wires, optical fibers or optical links so that the various devices can interact with each other through the network. So the main aim of the computer network is the sharing of resources among various devices. So in the case of computer network technology, there are several types of networks that vary from simple to the complex level. So the next part is the uses of computer network. So the computer network is used in the resource sharing, server client model, communication medium, and e-commerce. So in the resource sharing sharing is the sharing of resources such as programs, printers, and data. And uses uh, this data among the users on the network without the requirement of the physical location of the resource and the users. The next is the server client model. So in this model, the computer networking is used in the server and client based model. So in this, the server is a central computer used to store the information and maintaining by the system administrator. And the working of client is so clients are the machines used to access some information stored in the server. So this is the server client model. Then third use of computer network is a communication medium. So in the computer network behaves as a communication medium among the users. So for example, the company contain more than one computer has an email system which the employees use for the daily communication. Then the next is the e-commerce. The computer network is also important in business. So we can do the business over the internet. For example, Amazon.com is doing their business over the internet. So that is they are doing their business over the internet. So this is the e-commerce. The next part is the features of computer network. So there are list of computer network features. The first is the communication speed, file sharing, backup and rollback, hardware and sharing, software sharing, security, scalability and reliability. So in the communication speed, the network provides us to communicate over the network in the fast and efficient manner. For example, we can do conferencing, email messaging, etc. over the internet. So this is the communication speed. The next is the file sharing. The file sharing is the one of the advantage of computer network. Computer network provides us to share the files with each other. The next is a backup and rollback. So if the files are stored in the main server, which is centrally located. Therefore, it is easy to access these files and to take the backup from the main server. This is the backup and rollback. The next feature is a hardware and software sharing. So we can install the application on the main server so that the user can access the applications easily. we do not need to install the software or every software on every machine. And similarly for hardware sharing also. The next feature is the security. So network allows the security by the users has the right to access the certain files and the applications. The next is the scalability. So in that, it means we can add the new components on the network. So network must be scalable so that we can extend the network by adding new devices. And the last feature is the reliability. So computer network can use the alternative source for the data communication in the case of hardware failure. Okay. So these are the features of a computer network. The next part is the application of communication and computer network. So in the computer network or a computer system, the computer systems are connected to form a network. So they provide some applications like resource sharing such as printers and storage devices. Then second is the exchange of information by means of emails and FTP. Information sharing by using the web or internet. The next is the interaction with other users using the dynamic web pages. The next is the IP phones. The next is the video conferences, parallel computing and instant messaging. The next point is the computer network model. So here the communication subsystem is a complex piece of hardware and software. So early attempts for implementing the software for such subsystems were based on a single complex unstructured program with many interacting components. So the resultant software was very difficult to test and modify. So to overcome such problem, the ISO has developed a layered approach. So in this layered approach, networking concept is divided into the several layers and each layer is assigned a particular task. So therefore, we can say that the networking task depends upon the layers. So in the computer network model, the layer architecture is the main aim of the layered architecture is to divide the design into the small pieces. So each lower layer adds its services to the higher layer to provide a full set of services to manage the communication and run the application. So this layer architecture provides modularity and the clear interface. That is provide the interaction between subsystem. Interfaces means what? Provide the interaction between the subsystem. And this layer architecture ensure the independence between the layer by providing the service from lower to the higher layer without defining how the services are implemented. So therefore, any modification in layer will not affect the other layers. And the next is that the number of layers, functions, content of each layer will vary from network to network. So the purpose of each layer is to provide the services from lower to the higher layer and hiding the details from the layer of how the services are implemented. So in the layered architecture, the basic elements of layered architectures are services, protocols and interfaces. So the what is meant by service? So it is the set of actions that a layer provides to the higher layers. The next is a protocol. So protocol defines a set of rules that a layer uses to exchange the information with the peer entity. And these rules mainly concern about both the contents and order of the messages used. And the next is the interface. So it is a way through which the message is transferred from one layer to the another layer. So in this layered architecture, layer we have n number of layers. Okay, so layer n number of layers on one machine will have a communication with the n n n number of layers on another machine. Okay, if we are having two machines, first machine and second machine. So in the first machine we have n number of layers, and in the second machine also we have n number of layers. So here one machine will have communicate with a other n number of layers, and these rules used in the conversation are known as a layer n protocol. So conversation between the two machines by using the n number of layers is called as a layer n protocol. So let us take one example here. So in case of layered architecture, no data is transferred from layer n of one machine to the layer n of another machine. So instead, each layer passes the data to the layer immediately. So, so below layer 1, okay, starting from below layer to the highest layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the first machine, and in the second machine also we have the layers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have 5 layer of protocols. So below layer 1 is the physical medium through which the actual communication takes place from the layer 1 to the second machine of the layer 1. So communication is done by using the physical medium. So in a layered architecture, unmanageable tasks are divided into the several small and manageable tasks. So the data is passed from the upper layer to the lower layer through an interface. So the layered architecture provides a clean-cut interface so that the minimum transformation or information is shared among the different layers from layer 1 to layer 1, layer 2 to layer 2 and so on. So it also ensures that the implementation of one layer can be easily replaced by another implementation. So next part is the OSI model. So what is meant by OSI model? So OSI stands for Open System Interconnection, is a reference model that describes how the information from a software application in one computer moves through a physical medium to the software application in another computer. So this OSI model consists of 7 layers, and each layer performs a particular network function. So this open system interconnection model was developed by the International Organization for Standardization, that is ISO, in 1984, and it is now considered as an architectural model for the intercomputer communication. So this OSI 7-layer model divides the whole task into the 7 smaller and manageable tasks, and each layer is assigned a particular task. And each layer is a self-contained so that the task assigned to each layer can be performed independently. So these are the 7 OSI layer models. So first I is the application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link and physical. So in this, the application, presentation, session and transport layer is the responsibility of the host, and the last network, data link and physicals are responsible for the network. So in this diagram, we have upper layer and lower layer. So the upper layer of this OSI model mainly deals with application related issues, and they are implemented only in the software. So this application layer is closest to the end user, and both the end users and the application layer interact with a software applications. The next is the lower layer. So the lower layer of the OSI models deals with the data transport issue. So the data link layer and physical layers are implemented in a hardware and software. So the physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model and it's closest to the physical medium. See here in this layered architecture, we have in the layer 1 is communicate between the two machines from the machine 1 to the machine 2. We are communicate from by using the physical medium. So here in this OSI model, the lower layer is a layer 1 layer is a physical layer. So the physical layer is used for or is responsible for placing the information on the physical medium. So this is the OSI model. So what are the functions of OSI layers? There are 7 OSI layers. Each layer has the different functions. So the list of 7 layers are physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer and application layer. Okay, starting from lower to upper. See here, lower to upper. So here in the physical layer, it is provide a physical media through which bits are transmitted. In the data link layer, it is used for error-free transfer of a data frames. In the network layer, it is responsible for moving the packet from source to the destination. In the transport layer, it provides the reliable message delivery from process to process. In the session layer, it is used to establish, manage and terminate the sessions. In the presentation layer, it is responsible for translating compressions encryption. And in the application layer, this layer provides the services to the user. So this is the functions of this OSI layers.